Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I'm your reader, Jay. Oh no, cards are falling everywhere. This is going to be a general reading for the sign of Cancer in March 2019. Hello, hello, Cancer. How are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. Any announcements? Nope. Hope you're doing good. I hope I'm feeling good today. I hope you're feeling good today. Shuffled off camera, so that's your main spread there, Cancer. Shuffle now for your outcome and your overall energy. Once all the cards are out and they're on the table lying face up, that is when the reading begins. You can find the timestamp for that in the description box below. You can also find down there the information you need to get a reading with me if you are ever so inclined. Readings are $25. The steps are pretty simple. But if you do happen to have any question that isn't related to a specific tarot question, you can use that email down below to ask me, you know, what the reading might be, like what my readings are all about. They're pretty simple to this, or excuse me, they're pretty similar to this. Or if you have some other question related to the channel, you can always ask me that question through the email as well, okay? All right, let's get your outcome for March 2019, okay? Cancer, outcome, March 2019. Oh boy. You've been a little shy today, I'm not gonna lie. I was shuffling here for a while with you, Cancer, so looks like your outcome is gonna have the same energy, huh? You might have to pick it if you're not gonna stop me. Just give me the outcome for Cancer in March, please. It's close. Wow, you guys, what's going on with you? Alright, stop. There. And I normally don't do that, but it had to happen. Bottom of the deck is the overall energy. Like, I do that more in the personals, but I wish you knew how long I was shuffling before I turned the camera on. So let's go ahead and flip your cards, Cancer, and let's see what's going on with you. Okay. A few repeat cards from other readings I did the other day. But, you know, I don't know if that means you're aligned with any of the previous signs, but we'll find out. Please show me Cancer in March 2019. Please show me where Cancer is in March 2019. Please show me Cancer in March. Please show me. Here. Okay, where? Okay, there. All right. Thank you. Coming into March, Cancer, you come in with the Seven of Cups. So that's pretty okay, I guess. You know, it's a card that indicates options, you know, having certainly, or not certainly, but possibly more options than you could ever actually choose from, or perhaps being overwhelmed with the choice. But I actually feel that some of you are embracing this energy. You want to have choice. You want to have a certain variety of around you right now, is how I'm feeling. Not even of a certain thing, but like you just want variety. So maybe that's it. You kind of want to spice up your life, or you kind of want to have sort of a break from the norm, or the break from what is predictable or what is assumed in your situation or in your life. But the thing that they're drawing me to with this artwork for this particular card is that, well, I guess it's the same way, but in this it's particular, like this is window shopping, right? Like those 7 cups are on a display case, and this little person here, most of in this happy deck, like they look like kids, but I don't want to call them kids because it's kind of creepy. But this, so this small woman, this small female character is, you know, just staring so intently at, you know, these different cups in this display case. But, you know, is she actually going to interact with these cups? Is she actually going to make a choice? Is she actually going to be able to take the contents of any of those cups home with her? It's not really sure. And I think that's sort of like what's going on with you, Cancer. There's a sort of distance between you and your choices, or the availability of choice, or the variety of choice. There's sort of like an arm's length thing, you know, like you can't actually get a hold of or nail down a certain choice. You can't bring it into your life. There's some type of blockage. Could be, if this is literally about shopping and money, it could be that you don't have enough money, or the item that you want isn't available, they're out of stock, something like that. But if it's not about actual transactions and commerce, I'm feeling like you're distrusting yourself, or you're distrusting something in this situation, or there's a lack of like know-how. Like, they're pointing me to the cat that's down there by the side of this person, right? And cats, especially black cats, when you see them in tarot, are signaling sort of like an instinct or an intuition that you are either aligned with and aware of, or is nearby and you are not really aware of it. And like I was just saying, this person is so focused on that display case that the presence of that cat is probably ignored. So you're not super following your instincts, you're not following your gut, you're not listening to your intuition. Or if it's not like that, if you're not someone who necessarily believes in intuition, I don't know how you would be watching tarot if you don't believe in it, but that's a possibility. So say you're not like 100% on what intuition is anyway. It could also be that someone close to you who would be represented by this cat is kind of not advising you, but sort of giving you insight, or, you know, based on context clues of a certain situation or conversation with someone, you should be able to kind of piece together or make some sort of informed choice. But like I said, Cancer, I feel like you're not able to. You want to, you're open to it, you've got money in hand, you want to buy that object, but it's just not available to you. Or you want to buy the object, but you turn out your pants pockets and there's like moths flying out, like you would see like in an old Peanuts cartoon or something like that. So there's there's a desire, but I feel for some of you there is just a lack of being able to actually grab hold of what you want. Now, I feel that's temporary, like anything else in life. It's not going to last the rest of your life. It's not for end of days. I just feel that, and maybe it's because you're, yeah, so maybe like your focus is here. Is that what we're having? Sort of like a reverse linear thing, I think is what we're having. Yes, okay. They were like, yes. So if you're familiar with my channel, and if you've watched up until this point, you can see I don't read linearly. I don't read past, present, future. That's not my intention. That's not how I lay my board. But sometimes it comes out that way. And when I step away from certain cards and the energies that they possess, then I get a bigger, you know, more or a wider scope of the story. And what I'm feeling is a lot of this is sort of backtracked or backlogged or something like that. So this is where you, obviously this is what I asked, where are you in March? So you're here, and you're definitely here in March too, because you're fired up and ready to go, but we're not going to talk about that now. What we're going to talk about next is why are you here? Why are you ready for options? Why are you ready to go and make purchases or make changes or introduce variety into your life? Because you've had some crap happen to you previously, Cancer, that has been incredibly painful and annoying and frustrating and hurtful. And it's just like, oh my God, no, 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 no. Okay, so this collectively, I think, is going to represent your past. And it's like twofold. This is like recent past and this is like distant past. Now, which ones go first? Distant past, thank you. So, in your distant past, at some point, you have this Tower in Reverse card. And you would think, oh my god, that's great, Tower in Reverse, especially if you know anything about Tower or the Tarot deck, right? And I'll show you this card upright so you can become used to it. But for you, Cancer, this Tower in Reverse happened. You had a Tower moment. And for whatever reason, you were just not adhering to the changes, the abrupt changes, the rug being pulled out from under you. Like, you refused to accept it, you know, for whatever reason. You know, there's many of you who might watch this, and so you're all going to have your own stories and you're all going to have your own motivations. But what I'm feeling is something happened, some change, and you recognize a change. You know, your circumstances changed. You got a new job, you lost a job, you got a new relationship, you lost a relationship, you changed something in your personal life, you stopped certain behavioral patterns, or you tried to quit smoking, or you tried to stop drinking, or something, you know, whatever you did that either happened to you or you enacted. And part of you knows from that moment forward, this can't be the same anymore. I can't go back to that job because I quit or I got fired. I can't go into my Tinder inbox anymore because I now am dating this person. So you realize that this change occurred, but you did not accept it. What do I mean? You simply didn't follow through with your end of the bargain. If you left that job or were fired from that job, you keep hanging around. You keep in contact with people from there. You are still concerned about, you know, whether certain things are happening at that job. You know, whether in the context of how you lost something or you gained something is regardless. It's the fact that you were still aligned with what you had previously. In Cancer, this is very indicative of your personality, of your innate attributes. You know, you're a reminiscer. You know, you're the playback king and queen, okay? Cancer is nostalgic by nature. And it's one of your, I suppose, troublesome, quote unquote, troublesome qualities is that you're hard to let go of the past. And so you reminisce a lot. And even if you didn't, like, you know, creepily drive past your job, looking into the office saying, oh, that used to be my desk. Even if it wasn't that, you spend a lot of mental time caught up on what it was like to work there, what it was like to spend time with your coworkers, oh, all the projects I was working on, the accounts I had, and da-da-da-da-da. And it doesn't have to be from a negative way. You could be reminiscing in a positive way. I loved my job. I love my job now, the new job that I have, but I also love my old job. And when you hold on to the previous format, the previous status or state of your life, you are slower to progress into your present and therefore your future. Slower on the upstart. And that's just the way it is. Energetically, it's just the way it is. What you think about, you create. What you think about comes about, right? So if you're constantly reminiscing about what used to be in a relationship, at a job, in your personal life, oh, I loved when I was, you know, when I could just go out on a smoke break, like for those who were quitting bad behaviors, right? Oh, I just love being out there. So you're remembering what it was like to do a behavior or to go to a certain place or to interact with certain people lets that energy persist in your present and future moments. Whether that's good or bad, that's for you to decide. It's a general reading, but because it's in the reverse, you did not adhere to the change. You accepted it. You went along with it. You know, I'm dating this new person. You deleted your Tinder app, or you stop talking to certain people, but at the same time, you're in the back of your mind thinking, oh, that one person I was talking to on Tinder or Plenty of Fish or whatever, or that one person who I was flirting with at Starbucks every morning, oh, I can't flirt with them anymore. But you still see them, and you still remember all the times that you flirted with them, even though you're in a new relationship. Now, that is not necessarily the worst thing that you could do. in terms of a relationship or a job or anything like that, remembering. But I'm just letting you know it holds energy and intentions captive, whether you're aware of it or not. And that is definitely reflected beneath that reverse tower with the Four of Pentacles. So you were holding on to something. And in terms of those where we're talking about, you know, your work life or your business life, you would be holding on. This could be definitely holding on to something for financial reasons. So you might be remembering all the money that you made at your previous job because, well, you worked there for 5 years. You kind of climbed up the ladder a little bit. You got more bonuses. You were compensated better after that time. And now that you've gone to this new job, maybe you took a little bit of a pay cut, or maybe the bonuses are a lot harder to come by, something like that. And so you're rigidly keeping tabs on or keeping your memory active, thinking about all the money that you had or the access to money that you had at your previous job. If you are, like I said, and I don't know why it's coming this way, and it might go the other way. So let's for argument's sake, say it the other way. Let's say you ended a relationship or you were dumped, whatever it is. You're okay with being single. You found your footing. You've rebounded, however long ago this breakup was, but there are still times where you find yourself reminiscing about that person or reminiscing about that relationship, the good, the bad, the ugly, all of it. And because you remember, and that's the thing about you also, Cancer, you're a water sign. All the water signs are cerebral. All the water signs have incredible like head spaces in terms of memory. And you, Cancer, especially assign very potent emotions to your memory. A lot of you will remember something and you can remember in vivid detail the color of a shirt, the time of day it was, the smell in the air, the temperature, all of that stuff. Like all those details color in the landscape for you. And when you have such a rich landscape to go back to, like other people, they'll remember something as like, oh, I had a conversation with Bobby last week. I think he said something about this, this, and that. Like Cancer, you and Scorpio probably would be definitely better than Pisces for sure. But you and Scorpio might go toe to toe with like, oh, when I talked to Bobby last week, he said X, Y, Z. And you would be able to quote pretty closely exactly what that person said last week. You have just that ability to recall. And that's what that's what you have been doing in your recent past. You constantly recall the memories, the feelings, the intentions and the implications, not the implementations, the implications of conversations and situations that existed before the Tower moment. The Tower moment has happened. Like I said, you've accepted it. You're working with it because, you know, for lack of not lack of, but that's just the way the world works. Time moves us along whether we want to or not. You know, can you imagine if we had control over time, how many people would be like stuck for like, oh God, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to talk that hypothetical, but you see what I mean? So you have no choice but to move along, but a part of you is still back here or has been back there recently. You might finally be ready to put it down because I feel you're ready to move over here. So I think many of you are finally gonna let this go, okay? Now, in your more recent past, and it's kind of just gonna double down on what I said here, is, and maybe that's what it is, you know, when this is in reverse, you're probably not seeing this Tower moment to be as quote-unquote destructive or life-altering as it actually is. You know? Again, whether you've gained something or you've lost something, whether you've started something or you've ended something, the impact in your perspective, Cancer, is less. That's part of that adherence too. You know, the Four of Pentacles holds on to. So you're holding on to the image of the Tower being in the reverse. Yeah, we broke up, but, you know, it was amicable. Was it? I'm okay with it. Are you? Or were you, like, spending months on end pining after this person, stalking their Facebook, looking them up on Instagram, you know, doing all kinds of, you know, secretive Google searches, you know, tracking their phone because you still have that access because you guys shared information on the cloud. So it's like, oh, you're eating at what restaurant? And, you know, if that's you, I'm not trying to call you out, but, you know, it's just you and me here. And so, you know, but be honest, like, did you really, really totally embrace the tower moment for all that it was and just like severed ties when they needed to be severed, or jumped into something new and were fully committed into something new? You know, be honest. I already know the answer. No, you weren't. And I know that because in your most recent past, which I'm going to say is over the last few weeks or even the last few months, like this is probably stretching back years, this tower and that Four of Pentacles, especially with Four of Pentacles, that's a long time, yeah? So with the Ten of Swords and the Seven of Swords, let me tell you, recently you've only just begun to feel the pain and the hurt and the betrayal and the heartache and whatever associated with that tower moment. You are just now ready to not that you've just now experienced it, but you're just now getting to the point of being ready to put it to bed, putting it over the finish line. You know what I mean? Because the tens are culmination points. It's like we're reaching the end of the line with this situation. We are reaching the end of the line with these emotions or these mental strifes. These because, you know, swords represent your mentality and your state of mind. So again, ruminating thoughts. You're getting tired of going on that merry-go-round. You're getting tired of riding on that Ferris wheel of, oh, I loved working there. Oh, our relationship was so great. Or, oh my God, I had so much fun when I was single. It's like, no, I'm actually having a good time with this person that I've been dating for 8 months. Maybe they're the real deal. Maybe I should stop thinking about all that random hookup sex I was having before this person. Whatever it is that has been playing over in a loop in your mind, you're finally coming to the realization of, oh my God, when I replay this and I fixate on this, I keep myself on this stupid merry-go-round or this stupid Ferris wheel, or I keep watching this stupid tape on a loop. I'm wasting my energy. Let me let this go. You're coming to that realization of letting it go. Slowly but surely, you've gotten there. Cancer, you do this sometimes, and I understand, but for God's sakes, help yourself out and definitely let it go. For those who are kind of like still teeter-tottering, it's like, oh, but it was a great job. Yeah, fine, it was a great job. We all have good jobs. Like, move on. You're in a new position already. Why are you still remembering? I mean, I get the novelty of, I had a good time with this company, I enjoyed my work, or I love that person, or I love being single, whatever was previous. I get the novelty of remembering it, but attaching your emotions and your energy and your intentions and your focus to that past event or to that past state of being, that status, whatever it was, is defeatist. It is not progressive. Let that shit go. How else is this affecting you? You're being robbed. Some of you are literally being robbed of something. This is very specific to someone. Some of you are literally being robbed of it because someone from your past keeps coming back and they keep robbing you of something. So, what does that mean? All right, so you're in a new relationship. Your ex is hitting you up. Hey, how are you? You want to grab a coffee? Oh, hey, I saw this band was playing. I remember you like it. You want to go see this band? And you and your ex have agreed to be friends. Let's just say that's the hypothetical. You've agreed to be friends. You're with someone else, but you're still friends with your ex. That's possible. Some people do that. I don't do it. But some people do it, okay? And let's even give you a bigger pass. Let's say your current partner is okay with you being friends with your ex. Oh, that's your ex from like 2 years ago? Oh yeah, sure, no problem. Oh, okay, it's kind of weird, but I guess if you just want to grab a coffee, yeah, no big deal. So you get a pass from your current boyfriend or girlfriend or whoever. And you go see the ex. And it is friendly. We're just having coffee. We're just seeing a show. It's not a big deal. There's no hanky-panky. There's no, You know, long lost love letter being slipped to you across the table. I wrote this to you 4 years ago, but I wasn't brave enough to give it to you. Nothing. It is just friendly. But for some reason, Cancer, you and your novelty, you and your ability to reminisce and romance the past, look at it with rose-tinted glasses, that small interaction with the ex, again, this is only for a few of you, maybe even just one of you, that small interaction with that ex, that's stealing something from your present moment, okay? The Seven of Swords is about thievery. It's about, not knowing, but it's about blatant, almost, no, clean that up. It is about shadowy thievery because it is done at night, right? But when you pay attention, if you look up and you peep the game, you will see clearly that this person or that interaction made you feel a certain type of way. You know, took something from your present moment, took something from the progress that you had made. Even if just for a moment. Even if just for a moment in that coffee date or during that concert, you looked over at your ex and you're like, oh my God, he looks so great. Oh my God, she looks beautiful. Oh. You know, and just for a second. And then, you know, the song starts up and you start paying attention and you dance around and you do something else. But just that split second, you were back where you were on the other side of this tower moment. Yeah? And that, I'm telling you, unfortunately, you co-signed to this. Because you don't have to have coffee. You don't have to go to the concert. You don't have to keep in contact with your old boss and ask how Joanne down in accounts is doing. Who gives a shit? No offense, but who gives a shit? You're in a new company, you're in a new job. Like, move on. So, this attention to the past that you have allowed yourself to pay homage to, or to keep inviting into your life, either interacting with people from your past, or reminiscing, or staying actively stalking, and that's the other thing. This could also be that. Like, it's not the Page of Swords, but it is a very similar energy of being sneakily involved in espionage and, like, you know, spy type behavior. That is possible. So, keeping tabs on the past robs you, and you're doing it, or you have done it. I'm going to say you have done it. Most of you are, like, waking up to this and you're like, you know what? I'm not helping myself. I need to stop this. I need to recognize my own bad behavior, my own poor choices, my own, you know, I'm setting myself up here to have a bunch of dreams running in my head about what could have been. I need to just let that go. So most of you are moving away from that. Knight of Wands. Again, underneath your starting position of the Seven of Cups, which is open to new possibilities, open to new options and variety, not wanting to have the same shit you've had before. Knight of Wands underneath that, this is your guy. This could be the new person you're dating for those where this is a romantic connection, fire sign energy, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, but does not have to be. But it is more so about your intention of what the hell's going on. Let me get up out of here. I need to get proactive. I need to get conscious. I need to be cognizant and focused on skillful purpose. Yeah, purpose. Thank you. Skillful purpose. I don't really like that together, but that's what they want me to say. So having skillful purpose. So, and that's the other, okay, thank you. I'm like, why am I saying skillful for this? So Wands deals with physical activity, you know, your passions, what you like to do in your free time, you know, things that stimulate your creative juices, things like that. So some of you might be getting into new hobbies or and that could be the options. You know, maybe you're like looking at like shit to do down at your local college, you know, oh, there's adult classes for people who want to learn embroidery. I don't know. And so that could be it, your skillful purpose. So instead of sitting here scrolling through Facebook memories and looking over Instagram and blah, 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 let me just take a night class. Let me get into exercising. Let me join a book club. Let me get back into my D&D, you know, dungeon hosting, whatever the hell you used to be into or that you're interested in learning about now. That's what will help you It also, like I said, could be a new person. It doesn't have to be a fire sign, but this would be someone who is exciting to you, Cancer. Someone that is super attractive, number one. Not necessarily physically attractive, like, oh my God, he's a 10 or she's a 10. No, but like they're attractive because they have their own stuff going on. They are not sitting around. They are active. They're funny. They're charismatic. They have a lot of energy. And you're just like, yes, give me a piece of that. It's like, you know, cut me off a slice of that. I need that in my life. So you're aligning with energy that is moving you forward. And this is where you need to be. This over here, contextually, is mostly in the past. Let's keep it in the past. And let's just draw a line under this, Cancer. I really want you to try and draw a line under this because, like I said, your natural tendencies, you cannot help it. It's part of your zodiac. It's part of your makeup. You tend to circle the drain. And some of you need to really put the boot up your own ass. Sorry, I'm cursing a lot today, but some of you need to do that in order to make sure that you continue to press on forward, okay? Now, your outcome for March is actually super good. You've got the 6 of Wands. So everything that I've been kind of clobbering you over the head with for, what, the past 30 minutes or so is actually going to pay off, okay? It's hard lessons. It might be stuff that you don't want to hear. It might involve a lot of self-reflection in ways that you haven't really wanted to self-reflect or really critique yourself, but I'm telling you, the payoff is there. 6 of Wands traditionally is known as a card of victory. You are moving towards what you need to move towards, and you're doing it with like your head is held high and your chest is out, and there's like a pridefulness, and you've accomplished something, and you should be recognized for it. So maybe that's something that is going to happen if you get involved in a new activity with your Knight of Wands energy, or maybe this person is like the head of like your local softball team at your new company, and maybe you join your new company softball team, and then you win like some little tournament amongst, you know, local vendors or something. I don't know, but whatever it is, there's a potential for you to be congratulated by others. As you can see, there are other people in this card, not just the one who's riding the horse, receiving the praise. So other people might be looking at you and say, oh my God, Cancer, you know, you hit a home run last Saturday. That was amazing. Or, oh my God, look at your new haircut. Anything. You know, this Knight of Wands coupled with that 7 of Cups is about exploring the new, getting out there. You know, you've never taken a salsa class, take the class, do it. And then people are like, oh my God, I love the way you salsa. You're so sexy, you know, whatever. So good. You need this. Considering that this has been in your life for a minute, for a hot minute, Cancer, you need a little bit of this. Go get it. Go get it. All right. Now your overall energy for the month. Nice. Queen of Wands. More fire sign energy. So potentially there is a fire sign, again, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, who is important to you. You've got 3 cards very prominent in the fire, in the wand suit, so it is possible. But as your overall, it could be someone that you're admiring. It could be someone external to you that you're looking up to, that you're kind of taking pointers from, whether you're actively seeking them out or if you're just watching them from afar and you're like, oh my God, I love her shoes. I don't want those exact shoes, but I want to be brave enough to wear shoes like that. Or I want to color my hair in a very similar way. Something like that. And again, it could be someone that you're interested in. Maybe that's where this variety comes in. For some of you in the dating aspect, you have been single for a while or whatever it is, and you were reminiscing and, you know, you were having coffee with the ex, and it's like, why am I having coffee with my ex? I don't know, I'm just going to do it. But you haven't actually had a new relationship, and maybe the variety is you've got a Knight of Wands on your plate, you've got a Queen of Wands on your plate. Don't mind the genders, don't mind the sign. It's really just about the energy of the people. So the Knight of Wands, if it's separate, if there are 2 people in your life that you're possibly wanting to connect with in terms of dating, and it doesn't even have to be dating, it could just be friendship. But the Knight of Wands would be definitely younger, more spunky, more spontaneous, you know, things like that. The Queen of Wands is similar, but definitely more accomplished, calmer. You know, definitely a wild night for this person is like, let's go down to the piano bar and have drinks all night. Versus this person is like, let's go to 5 bars. This person's like, no, I'm just going to go down to 1 bar and I'm going to have like 5 bottles of wine. So you see the difference? Like, let's hop around. Let's just get cozy and get super drunk. You see the difference? So the intention to have a good time and be social is the same. It's just a different degree or a different level to how they like to interact or how they like to have a good time, okay? This person also, the Queen of Wands, might have 2 to 3 pets. Maybe upwards of 5, since I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this person could work with animals or just have a great affinity for animals. Now, again, as your overall energy, if it's not an external person, you're just aligned with this. You're wanting to step your game up. You're wanting to be accomplished. You're wanting to be fabulous. You're wanting to be attractive and confident and just kind of be a boss. You know, I haven't said that in a while, but the Queen of Wands, every time I see her, and I haven't met an incarnation of the Queen of Wands where I didn't think she was a boss. And so maybe that's it. And maybe that's something that you're going for. If this is your new job, you know, you left your old company because you were frustrated because you couldn't move up that ladder. Now you've moved to a place where you can move up that ladder and you can put yourself into a position of leadership. But you spent a long time reminiscing and you forgot, oh man, I came here because I want to be a leader. Let me get back to my goal of trying to be a leader, okay? All right. That's pretty good, I think. Cancer, that is your reading for March 2019. If you liked it, there is a like button down below. Go ahead and hit that for me. It lets me and YouTube know you had a good time here. Also down there, you can find the subscription button. You go ahead and click that and also click the notification bell because it will keep you alerted to when I actually upload videos. If you're not already subscribed and you want to become a subscriber, that's great. If you don't, that's cool too. There is a comment section because, you know, I like to read. I'm nosy. So if you want to tell me what's going on, you want to show me or inform me of how this resonated for you, I would love to read about it. And also the share button. That's for sharing across your social media platforms like YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff if you want to. If you don't want to do any of that stuff, I'm okay with that too. I'm perfectly fine either way, okay? All right, Cancer, I'm going to be back in about 3 to 4 weeks' time when I bring you your April 2019 readings. I thank you guys so much for watching up until this point. Take care. Bye.